Throughout the history of Pokemon Masters, there have been two banners that scared me the most. First is the rerun of Summer Lyra and Summer Steven way back in 2021. Second, the Evolution banner that happened last year where there is Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, but none of them compare to how scared I am of the Team Rocket tiered Scout coming this Wednesday. And with that, strap on your seatbelts, sit tight as we discuss this horrible, horrible thing. Here we go. Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, where we discuss this Team Rocket tiered Scout. This is actually a variety Scout. In fact, I should probably have named this Team Rocket Variety Scout instead of Tiered Scout. But anyway, guys, this is a banner containing 5, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, but 5 brand new sync pairs, starting with Giovanni and Raiden, and all the remaining ones that I don't even want to think about. So, with that said, guys, if you are excited or horrified just like me, hit the thumbs up right now before we continue discussing, as well as leave a comment down below and tell me if you are even attempting this banner. There are good sync pairs in this banner, and later on we'll be discussing that. But in the meantime, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and if you want to help me out, guys, go ahead and join the members of my channel by clicking on the join button down below. I would gladly appreciate your support, and you can have fun with all the emojis and stuff in the live chat. And also a huge shout out goes to my gifters of my channel. Ewiz, thank you so much for the gift memberships in my last several streams. And if you want to help me out with my PC upgrade, guys, my computer is steadily dying, and I think I have to change at least the hard disk. I have to prepare backing up. It's getting slower and slower by the day. You can go to my coffee.com/splgum page to help me out with my computer upgrade. Thank you to Jeremy for that 5%. Now, before we continue, guys, I would like to announce the winners of my SPL Gum Challenge 7. Thank you guys so much for joining. The winner, I'll be making a separate video for this one, but I promised. So the winner is Gizmo Hey over here with 41,200 points, followed by Max Gamer with 40,600, followed by Wallace with 34,800 points. Congratulations to Gizmo! You win a Pokemon Masters A4 clear file. So, I'll be messaging you, or you message me, or whatsoever, and we'll be discussing how I ship your items, including all the members of my giveaway who I haven't shipped your items yet. Been a crazy busy August, and September hopefully will be a little bit more relaxing for me. I was not able to finish day 10. As much as hard as I tried, I could not do it with my sync pairs. I did not even attempt off-type already because I was kind of in a hurry. That was the time when I was really busy with the Datamine, if I'm not mistaken. So with that said, guys, let's go back and talk about these sync pair scouts right now. So these are the sync pair scouts that are happening this month. 7 separate banners. We have had 3 already. We have Champion Red, Champion Leaf, Champion Blue. If you've been able to scout for them, congratulations. And if you've been able to scout for them, all 3 of them in your first multi-pull for each one of them, well, I bonk you in the head. I know at least one of you who did that. And then, after that, next Monday or this coming Monday, we have Paulo and Tina's banner. I have already done the good versus the bad video for that one, so you can check out the link in the description down below. And this video, we're gonna discuss Giovanni and his admins, his gang. Then a couple of 10 days after, we have Palmer, and 2 days after Palmer, we have Argenta coming until August 5 or October 5. As you can see in this banner, guys, Team Rocket Variety Scout or Tiered Scout, whatchamacallit, ends on September 26. You have 20 days only to scout for this banner. So if you want, 20 days to scout for this sync pairs. Now, you can check out my how many gems can we get video, but I fear, because, there's one thing that I want to talk about right now, and that's this one. As a variety scout, you have the paid route and the non-paid route. And I'm talking about the paid route for the tiered scout, because tiered scout only uses paid gems. The normal route uses non-paid gems. So, there are a lot of questions I have. We have 5-star guaranteed Team Rocket Ticket Scout. I'm guessing this one is, for the Tiered Scout, there's Tier 1 to 5. After Tier 5, there's the Great Ticket Scout. I'm guessing this is that one. But this is called Master Scout Ticket C. So, Master Tickets normally guarantee you one of the units. Normally, it's... In fact, if I recall back, when this is the first time that we are having... Or not really. Normally, Master Scout tickets allow you... I haven't done a rerun Tiered Scout before. For those rerun Tiered Scouts, after your Tier 5, which after you use 10,000 paid gems, you get to select a sync pair of your choice. I have not yet done this. So does the Master Scout Ticket C guarantee you one of the 5 sync pairs, and you get to decide which one you want. But then there is also this, the Team Rocket Executive Guaranteed Ticket Scout. And this one requires you a Team Rocket Executive Scout ticket. I think this is only having like 2 sync pairs in this banner. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that this guarantees you a copy of either of the 2 Team Rocket Executives. Anyway, guys, this banner confuses me so much. But just in case you want to know, I think this Team Rocket Executive Scout ticket is free. You just have to finish the missions, or it's given to you as a login bonus or something like that. But I think this one is free. So you get to have, I think, at least one of the Team Rocket Executives for free. I don't think Giovanni is included in this one, but I'm not sure, guys. Then, there is this, the Tiered Scout that we're talking about, guys. So, it says over here, Scout Points times 30. In fact, I want to go back and look at Absol-utely's other Tiered Scouts. I'm not sure if I will be able to find that. And look at the other Tiered Scouts that we have had in the past. When was the last Tiered Scout? Can I look at May, April, let's say, July, or rather June? When did we have? July is the month that we have had our summer seasonals. So if we look down, we can see Tate, Liza, Seasonal Guaranteed Ticket Scout, Tate, Seasonal Guaranteed Ticket Scout over here. And if we scroll down, Liza, Seasonal Scout, where are the Tiered Scouts? I need to see the Tiered Scouts to see the difference over here. Super Seasonal, Super Spotlight Seasonal Scout, Seasonal Tiered Scout. Okay. It doesn't say how many Scout points we have, but it does say that we have present number 1, 5-star Great Scout Ticket D, And present number 2, 5-star Master Scout Ticket D. In here, it says only present number 1, 5-star Team Rocket Scout Ticket, and there is no present number 2. So this one is a big question mark. Why is there no present number 2? And at the same time, what is this? Scout points times 30. Do you get to do 10 or 3 times of this cycle in order to finish that? And after 30 scout points, which is like, I think that is equivalent to 20,200 paid gems times 3. 60,600 paid gems before you get a guaranteed copy of someone? Anyway, guys, this banner scares me a lot. By the way, there's also a Team Rocket Variety Scout. This one is the non-paid banner, non-paid route. First 3 multi-pulls, you get move candy coin, move candy coin, move candy coin. This one is a yellow move candy coin, which I guess is good because this can be given to any roles you want. Strike, tech, support, sprint, and field sync pairs. So I guess this is good. But again, you have 5 different sync pairs in this banner. And this one is 400 scout points. But again, if you look back at this tiered scout, what is this 30 scout points thing? So until now, you know, this thing, the scout rates cannot be identified. The scout rates cannot be data mined, rather. So, 5 different sync pairs. Is it 1% Giovanni, 1% Archer, 1% Ariana, 1% Petrel, 1% Proton? Or is it lower than 1%? 0.75 Giovanni, 0.75 Archer, 0.75 Ariana, or 0.5%? Because the lower it is, the sussier it is, the scarier it is, considering that Master Fairs have a 1% chance of scouting for them, and this one has 5 different sync pairs. And the chances of scouting for either of them is just, if it's 2% each one, I would probably forgive this, or 1%, 1.5% chance of getting each one. Probably less scary, but if it's only 1% for each one, I fear for everything. And for people who want to scout for this banner. So, make sure you know what you're doing, guys. I just hope that it's way more than 1% for each of these banners. If not, our gems will be goodbye. Or something like that. Anyway, guys, each one of these sync pairs have their EX rolls. The problem is, you do not get the roll cakes, or the roll cake coins for each one. Unlike, for example, if you scout on, if you scout the paid route of Champion Red, Leaf, and Blue, you get, if you get 1 copy, you get a roll cake of their EX roll immediately. Or if you scout for Paulo, you're able to scout for Paulo. You get 4 roll cake coins for Paulo. This one, you do not get roll cakes or roll cake coins. You have to save enough of those roll cake coins in order to give them their EX roll. Now, how do you get your roll cake coins? Number 1, you do your daily missions. 5 days, do your daily missions. Finish 7 days. Or finish 7 missions per day, you get a daily ticket. And 5 daily tickets can exchange for 1 roll cake coin of your choice. Second, starting September 2, if I'm not mistaken, or September 3, I'm not sure if it's available right now, you get your daily region rotation, gets a new stage, daily region rotation super. And that one will give you a rotation of each roll of your roll cake coin. So, for example, today is strike, tomorrow is tech, the next day is support, then sprint, then field, then again strike, tech. It's gonna take a while, but you get to get everything eventually. So, what do these sync pairs have as their EX rolls? Well, You have Giovanni as a field sync pair. His EX role is strike or physical strike. So if you decide to give him his EX role, he will get to hit everyone with his sync move. Archer is a sprint sync pair with an EX role of tech, which means his 6-star, or rather his sync move will hit 1.5 times stronger. Petrel over here is a support, or rather is a special strike, but doubles as a support sync pair for that double sync buff. Proton is a support sync pair that doubles as a tech sync pair. And we have Ariana over here as a tech sync pair that doubles as a physical striker. That means if you 6-star EX her and give her that EX role, she will be able to hit all opponents. Now, tech sync pairs are known as nukers, strong sync move, plus strike. Just like Champion Red, she'll be able to hit everyone with strong damage. But just how strong is the damage? Let's take a look at each one, starting with Giovanni. If you see this background image, Team Rocket will never fall. Never forget that. Congratulations, you have successfully scouted for the boss of this scout thing. And this one is an interesting sync pair. All his moves are 4 move gauge attacks. You have Icy Wind as your normal attack, as well as Surf. And all his attacks actually hit everyone. This is actually the first sync pair as well that has his first attack or his first move as the buddy move. All the other sync pairs we have that have buddy moves have their third move as their buddy move. This one is the first one. Crushing Earthquake is his buddy move. And this one activates when your attack is raised. How do you raise your attack stat? Instantly. With Ferocious Entry 6 as your passive skill, your attack and special attack gets maxed immediately at the start of the battle. Your other passive skills hit the gas 5. Normally your Icy Wind, your Surf, and your Crushing Earthquake are 3 move gauge attacks. This one makes them plus 1 move gauge, that's 4 move gauges, and makes them stronger. And his last passive skill, Giovanni's Experience, powers up your attacks during a sandstorm and extends the duration of sandstorm when he is on the field. Powers up protects all allied sync pairs from damage from sandstorm, which is nice. You don't get to receive damage from sandstorm. The thing here is, this is a field sync pair, and in order to generate a sandstorm, you would have to use Crushing Earthquake. So how does this work? If you 6-star EX him as a field sync pair, do you bring back Sandstorm? Because the way you bring back Sandstorm, you know, this is different from Victor. Victor and Spectrier has a passive skill that brings in like a Ghost Zone. And then after you use your sync move, Ghost Zone returns and the duration of Ghost Zone extends. So does this mean that if you use Crushing Earthquake first time, it causes a Sandstorm, it extends the duration of Sandstorm, and then when you use your sync move again, if Sandstorm already ends, just in case, or Sandstorm has not ended yet, it causes another Sandstorm, it extends the duration of Sandstorm because of Giovanni's Experience, plus it extends it a little bit more from the field 6-star EX effect. Is that how this sync pair works? I don't know. Maybe that's how it works because that is how Victor worked. If that's the case, well, you can expect a very, very, very long Sandstorm, and I like it that way. And this one is the more your special attack is raised, which again, instant 6-star or 6 plus 6 special attack stat, the stronger your Crushing Earthquake will be. And then it also lowers the opponent's speed stat by 1. So every single opponent will get to lower their speed stat minus 1. Pretty strong sync pair. Trainer move, Do Not Defy Me. Applies the critical hit effect to an ally. So you can use this to any of your sync pairs. Critical hit next effect. gives that sync pair super effective up next. Not a lot of sync pairs have this. We have another sync pair that works as like a pseudo support. Give that super effective up next effect to that ally. Gives that ally free move next. Increases that ally's physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect. That's 40% increase in damage by 1 when it is sandstorming. So this sync pair cannot raise his own critical hit rate. So take note of that. If you want to raise your critical hit rate, you have to have a support sync pair that does that. But he could give himself critical hit next if you use Do Not Defy Me using him. So that is Giovanni and Rhydon. A very, very instant, strong sync pair. But with that speed stat of 244, you have to be wary because all his attacks are 4 move gauges. Although they hit every single opponent, this is, I think, better than the 6-star EX Nidoking that we have, which only hits 1 opponent. This one hits everyone. All his moves hit everyone. But be wary that he is pretty slow. And with that, let's move on to his sync grid. 1 out of 5 you have Headstrong. By the way, this maxes out at 3 copies. So you don't have to worry about 5 out of 5. 2 out of 5 you get Do Not Defy Me MP Refresh for that critical hit next, for that free move next, for that physical moves up next effect, for that special moves up next effect, for that critical super effective up next. Does he have super effective up next? Super effective up next. Sandcastle 2, Sand Fortress, Sands of Time, Soothing Sand, everything has to do with Sandstorm. Super Sinker, after you use your Sing move for the very first time, you get to give yourself a super effective up next effect. 3 out of 5, you got Critical Crit 9. Same thing for the Nidoking. So every single time you land a critical hit, your next attack is going to be a critical hit, and so on and so forth. Perpetual critical hit as long as you're able to land a critical hit. All your succeeding attacks and sync moves will be critical hits. Do Not Defy Me Catalytic Kick speeds up your move gauge after you use Catalytic Kick. Haymaker, the stronger your attack stat is, the stronger your sync move. Icy Wind, Stupefy 9. Every single time you use Icy Wind, every single opponent's special defense will be lowered -1. Sandblaster 9, 90% stronger sync move damage during a sandstorm. Super duper effective 5. Your attacks are going to be more powerful against the opponents who are weak to those types of attacks. Surf, Bring Gain 9, will give you a special moves up next effect every single time you use Surf. So, a good sync pair to use against water weak opponents. 2 for 2, 30% chance of giving you free move next effect. If this is 2 for 9, then that would be awesome. But 2 for 2, 30% chance only of free move next. Might run into some move gauge issues here and there, but if you have a sufficient sync pair, can raise your speed stat, then no problem. And 2 sync nuke tiles over here. That is Giovanni and Rhydon. Let's look at his kit. So, with my calculations, the sync nuke damage, guys, because there are so many sync pairs, I'm just gonna give you the calculations, then show you the sync grid afterward. This one can give you 4,224,339 damage with your sync move if you 6-star EX him. And this one again is a field sync pair. If you decide to give him his EX roll of Strike, he'll be able to hit everyone. And by hitting everyone, your damage will be increased to 4,646,000 because your stats increase by a little bit if you decide to give the 6-star or the EX roll to him. And my grid over here is something like this. We got Haymaker, we got 2 Sync Nuke power-up tiles. We have Super Sinker for that super effective up next effect, although you can give this to him, super effective up next, by using your trainer move. And we have Sandblaster 9 over here to power up the damage when it is sandstorming. I can say that probably Sandstorm will extend very long with using Giovanni over here. So I guess Sandblaster 9 will not be that hard to trigger. Plus, Lucky Skill, Critical Strike 2. Another grid I have for him is his attack build, DPS build. You know, he has a lot of multipliers. You have Hit the Gas 5. He has powers up your attacks during a sandstorm. Crushing Earthquake. can deal a damage of 1,602,417. If the opponent's weak to ground, if they're super effective up next effect, no need for ground zone or anything like that. As long as it's sandstorming, you will be able to hit quite strong with the EX roll. The damage increases to 1,754,000. Pretty strong, but that's for one opponent. If there are 3 opponents, calculate the damage, that goes down to 877,000, which is also not bad. So the things I have for him: critical crit 9 to always guarantee critical hit. We have super duper effective 5 over here. We have super sinker. And again, you can give himself a physical moves up next effect by using the trainer moves. So physical moves up next effect +1 can get you to, for example, 1 target, 1,982,000, 3 targets, 991,000 with physical moves up next effect up to, if you decide to use 2 trainer moves immediately on him, can damage 1,179,330 with the EX roll. It goes a little bit higher, 1,291,000 for 3 opponents. But for 1 opponent only, 2,582,000. But, you know, after you use your physical moves up next effect, goes down to 0. 1,754,000. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good damage. And guys, that is Giovanni and Raidon. A very good ground type sandstorm bringer. And I would say that he might be better than Ingo right now. Honestly, I think he would be a nice change to Ingo, because Ingo cannot extend, if I'm not mistaken, or I might be mistaken. Does Ingo have sand alert or something like that to extend the sandstorm? Did his expanded grid have that or not? But Giovanni can extend sandstorm. He can give physical moves up next effect. He can give special moves up next effect. He can give super effective up next, which Ingo cannot give. And, you know, just good. You can pair him up with Ingo for that free move next effect for everyone. Although he can also give free move next effect. So I guess combining them is also a good thing. That's Giovanni and Raidon. One of the 5 sync pairs of this banner. Let's move on. Archer and Houndoom. So everyone has a different Mindscape image. So if you see this background image, congratulations. You have successfully scouted for Archer and Houndoom. And this one is a Sprint sync pair. Sprint sync pair, 6-star EX them, use their sync move -3 sync move countdown. You have Bite, 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. Flame Charge speeds you up by 1 stat rank. X Attack, Dull. If it's X Attack Plus, I would like it more. Don't care for that. Reduces your sync move countdown by 1. Raises the speed and evasiveness of all allied sync pairs +3. And you can use this once. Okay, Speedster, I guess. You have sync move Regaining Evil Glory Dark Impact. The lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger your attack stat is. How do you lower the opponent's speed stat? Passive skill, Archer's Proposal. Every single time you hit an opponent, you get to lower everyone's speed stat -1. After you use your sync move, it lowers every single opponent's speed stat -2. Okay, pretty nice. Tech sync pair. But he's a sprint. So you get to lower every single opponent. Even though you're just hitting one opponent, you get to lower every single opponent's speed stat -1 for normal attacks. That's either Bite or Flame Charge. Take note, Bite can make the opponent flinch. And lower the opponent's speed stat, all opponent's speed stat by 2 after using your sync move. And you want to use your sync move first because he's a sprint sync pair. You have Head Start 1 to bring down that sync move countdown at the start of the battle. And Hunter's Instinct, the lower the opponent's speed stat is, the stronger your attacks become. And every single time you attack, your attacks get stronger and stronger and stronger. Basic kit. But I like his kit. Can lower all the opponent's speed stats. But now, let's take a look at his sync grid. 1 out of 5, nothing significant. 2 out of 5, you got Catalyst. You get Zone, care for that MP Refresh 2 to lower your sync move countdown, as well as to maximize everyone's speed and evasiveness stats. That might be good. Flame Charge, Scorching Touch to burn the opponent. Gobsmack 4 to confuse the opponent. Natural Remedy, Safety Tether, Super Duper Effective 5 to power up your moves, your Dark type Bite, as well as your Flame Charge if the opponent's weak to fire. X Attack, MP Refresh 2. Yeah. 3 out of 5, you got Aggravation 1. This might be good. 60% chance of making the opponent flinch with Bite instead of 30%. If there's a parameter in your champion stadium, the effects of moves activate more, it's a 100% flinch. Cakewalk, the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger your sync move damage. This is double Cakewalk because you have a built-in Cakewalk already. Chase down 5, if the opponent's speed is lower, the stronger your attacks get 50% stronger. Don't care for that. Propulsion 9, if you use Don't Care for that, instead of lowering your sync move countdown -1, you get to lower it -2. Sharp Entry 1 raises your critical hit rate by 1 at the start of the battle. And that is the only way you get to raise your critical hit rate with Archer. Speedster Sync 5 is a brand new sync move multiplier. If your speed stat is raised, your sync move gets 50% stronger. Trip Up 9 is basically a downgraded version of Archer's proposal. Hit an opponent, you get to lower that single opponent's speed stat -1, and another speed stat for all the opponents -1 from Archer's proposal. But Trip Up 9 only affects one opponent. Tripwire 2, at the start of the battle, everyone's speed stat -2. And 2 sync nuke tiles for him. So, I like his kit quite a bit. Pretty good sync pair. And again, he doubles as, what role do you have as your, as a tech sync pair? So as a tech sync pair, your sync move gets 1.5 times stronger. So with my computations over here, I think I want to kind of change my kit a little bit. But with the sync move multipliers over here, if the opponent's weak to dark, and you have a super effective up next effect, because I think you can give yourself a super... Can you give yourself a super effective up next effect? No, you actually cannot. So my mistake if we do not give the super effective up next effect. No Dark Zone. No weather conditions. The opponent's flinching, just the opponent's burned from the Scorching Touch. Calculate the damage. That's 4,483,908 damage. And just in case, you'd give him his EX roll of Tech Sync pair. Calculate. The damage goes up. 1.5 times stronger. 6,785,085. It only hits one opponent. But I guess that's good. Nothing that bad. So, let's remove this and let's see. This one is Trip Up 9, which I can completely remove now. You can actually lower the opponent's speed stat. Can I get Aggravation 1? Because I think that's good. If we remove this, if we go up, can I? Yes, I can. Aggravation 1. So that every single time I attack the opponent using Bite, I not only lower their speed stat, but I have a 60% chance of making them flinch. But because I sacrificed 2 sync move tiles, the damage will probably go down. So let us see. Dark Weakness. 6-star EX him. Calculate the damage. It goes down to 4,063,737, and with the EX roll, 6,347,548. But do you want to EX roll him? I don't think that's actually a nice thing. Speedster, the good thing about sprint sync pairs, you want sprint support. Sprint support is the best thing. Sprint tech, although he has a lot of multipliers, if you want tech units, I think the best way is Tech Strike, which we have one of those sync pairs later. Tech Strike, Field Support is also good. Field Strike is okay, but Field Support is good. Just, you want to sync first time support sync pair. So Sprint Support and Field Support is actually the best one for me. But, you know, you do you. So let's move on. That was Archer and Houndoom and their damage. Now, next sync pair over here, we have Petrel and Wheezing. And if you see this, you don't know who I am? It is me, Giovanni. The majestic Giovanni himself. Wahahaha, sus. This one is a sync pair with Clear Smog. We have had a variety scout with Clear Smog. This sync pair that I'm talking about is Ball Guy. And the good thing about Ball Guy is Clear Smog will keep on MP refreshing, MP refreshing, MP refreshing with Ball Guy because of his passive skills. Clear Smog is a limited move. So you can only use Clear Smog a couple of times. I think 3 times or 2 times. I forgot to say or to write the MP. I think it's 2 MP if I'm not mistaken. It never misses and returns all the race stats of the opponents to normal, to 0. Sludge Bomb, 30% chance of leaving the opponent poisoned. X special attack, basic. Mwahahaha, raises your defense by 2, maximizes your critical hit rate, applies the super effective up next effect, and applies the enduring effect to Petrel. This one is a striker, special striker with no built-in multipliers, but his passive skills, Petrel's Ploy, every single time you hit the opponent, you get to lower their special defense stat. And every single time you hit the opponent, you have a 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. And again, if you have the Champion Stadium parameter effect, additional effects of moves will be triggered more, something 60% chance of making the opponent flinch. Piercing Blows ignores the opponent's passive skills and lands full damage. So this is perfect for Champion for Legendary Arena or Legendary Gauntlet. Last word, Explosion before fainting. Hits all the opponents with, depending on how high your stats are, hits all the opponents with Explosion. Basic kit, how about a Synchron? 1 out of 5 MP refresh 2 for X special attack. Okay. 2 out of 5 MP refresh for Clear Smog so that you get another MP of lowering the opponent's stats back to normal. Ground Guard lowers damage from ground type moves. Hostile Environment 1 raises the chance of poisoning the opponent, not flinching, poison only. Mwahaha, MP refresh 2 gets you defense increase, another super effective up next, another endure effect. Virulent Toxin 3, if the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned, get to power up your sync move by 30% damage, and 2 sync nuke tiles at 2 copies. At 3 copies, you got Mind Games 9 for Clear Smog to lower the opponent's special defense -1. Take note that you can already lower the opponent's special defense from your passive skill, Petrel's Ploy. Adrenaline 1 to lower your sync move countdown. Furious Brain, the higher your special attack stat is, the stronger your attacks are gonna be. How do you raise your special attack stat? X special attack. Grand Entry 2 at the start of the battle, special attack +2. Ruthless Toxin 9, every single time you hit the opponent, when the opponent is poisoned, you can lower 2 stat racks of either attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. It's random. Unbuff Foe Freebie 4. If the opponent does not have any raise stats, I think critical hit rate is included. You have a 50% chance of giving yourself a free move next effect. And a buff Foe Sync up 5. If the opponent does not have any raise stats, your sync move will be 50% stronger. If you use X special attack, Brain Gain 9 will give you a special moves up next effect by 1. 40% stronger damage. And then another 2 sync nuke tiles for Petrel. And that is Petrel's kit. The good thing about him is Piercing Blows ignores the opponent's passive skills. Lower sync move count, lower your opponent's special defense. we have had more of those sync pairs now, but an additional one will not be bad. And Clear Smog to lower the opponent's stats back to normal. Now, with his kit over here, I gave him all the sync move multipliers. We have 3,948,480. I think he is a support sync pair. Strike support, first sync move, double sync buff. If you want that double sync buff, but strike and double sync buff, I guess is okay. I mean, this is not one thing. Signasuit Serena, when she reruns, will get strike plus support. You know, as a sync pair that mega evolves or that transforms into another form, that is good because you want to use her first for the sync move. But this one does not transform into Wheezing Galarian form, Wheezing something form. There's no such thing. So, strike support, I guess it's okay, but not exactly that crazy awesome. So this one is his sync move sync move damage, and these are the tiles that I gave him. On Buffo sync up 5, we got 2 sync new tiles over here, 2 sync move tiles over here. Virulent Toxin 3, next special attack, MP refresh, just to raise our special attack to max. And that's it. That is Petrel. Not exactly that crazy strong, but you know, in fact, if I were to say out of the bunch of sync pairs that we have just discussed, Giovanni, Archer, Petrel, I think Petrel's the worst out of the 3. I think. Let's move on. Proton and Golbat. This one is a support sync pair. If you see this image, I advise you to be very, very, very afraid of what is to come. I'm already afraid of this banner anyway. So this one is a support sync pair. And, well, very basic kit. Confuse Ray leaves the opponents confused. Air Slash, 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. Trainer move X special defense all to raise everyone's special defense. I'll show you Wrath. Raises everyone's speed, accuracy, critical hit rate by 1. Gives everyone a special moves up next effect, 40% stronger special attack damage. You can use this twice. Raise everyone's speed, accuracy, critical hit rate plus 2. Okay. I'd rather have everyone plus 2 instead of plus 1, but, you know, that's his kit. Sync move, no additional multipliers. And for the passive skills, Proton's Plan charges your move gauge by 1 when you hit or when you attack an opponent. Either Confuse Ray or Air Slash, that's a move gauge refresh 9, basically. And every single time you attack, you get to charge your move gauge plus 1. I forgot what this passive skill is called. I forgot. But it's a very common passive skill. It's just not going into my head right now. But every single time you attack, charge 1 move gauge. Every single time you get hit, charge 1 move gauge. Basic. On ramp up 1, every single time you use a move and you get to raise everyone's special attack stat plus 1. Okay. Stop hitting yourself 5 if the opponent is confused. Higher chance of letting them hit themselves. Okay, built into his kit, okay. Nothing that crazy. Support sync pair, no added multiplier for the sync move. 1 out of 5, you got Unflappable. 2 out of 5, you got Confused Ray, move gauge refresh 9. Which, if you use Confused Ray, you not only get to charge your move gauge by 1 from move gauge refresh 9, but also Proton's Plan. That means your Confused Ray is technically free. I'll show you Wrath Hit and Heal 9 gives use regen effect. I'll show you Wrath MP refresh 2 so that you can raise everyone's speed, accuracy, and critical hit rate by another 1 to maximize your critical hit rate. Natural Remedy, Team Evasive Rush. After you use your sync move, get to raise everyone's evasiveness. Team Speedy Entry, start of the battle, speed stat plus 1. X Special Defense, all MP refresh. Aggravation 1 at 3 copies so that you can make the opponent flinch. 60% chance of making the opponent flinch with Air Slash. Okay? That's the best thing I've seen so far. Curative Confusion, if you attack an opponent, a confused opponent, you get to recover a little bit of HP. I'll show you Wrath all ramp up 1 raises everyone's special attack stat +1 also. So that you can raise 4 stats. Speed, accuracy, critical hit rate, and special attack stat. With the use of I'll show you Wrath. And again, all ramp up 1 raises your attack stat every single time you move already. So this one just helps, I guess. Mind Boggler 9, every single time you hit a confused, flinching, or trap opponent, get to lower your special defense -1. Safety Tethers, Sync move, you have an Endure effect. Team Body Bracing Infliction, after you use every single time, or rather the first time you use Confuse Ray, you get to raise everyone's defense +2. Team Sync Thing, after you use your Sync move, for the very first time, you get to give everyone a special moves up next effect. You can already give everyone a special moves up next effect with I'll show you Wrath. This one gives you another one. And then you have Vigilance, protects you from critical hits. And then your 2 Sync Nuke Tiles over here. And this one doubles, if I'm not mistaken, as a tech sync pair. So this is kind of strange. A support sync pair with no multipliers. I do not see the reason why you want to make him a tech sync pair. This one is absolutely horrible. If you want to give him an EX roll. Out of everyone, you do not want to give him his EX roll unless you really love Proton. Or you just have an influx, an overflow of tech roll candies. You do not give him his EX roll because it's just not good. He cannot give himself super effective up next. He does not have any multipliers. The opponent's flinching, okay. The opponent's confused, okay. Calculate the damage. 583,200 sync move damage. Give him his EX roll of tech. 1.5 times stronger damage, 944,000. Not good for nuking. You want to just use his sync move once for that double 6-star EX sync move or sync buff, and that's about it. You do not want to sync using him more than once. And the things that I got for him, aggravation 1, just to have a higher chance of flinching the opponent. The others are completely up to you. You can go for Team Body Bracing Infliction, Sim Think, Evasive Rush, Safety Tether, Trainer Move, Hit and Heal. But the important thing about him is Aggravation 1, this one. And I'd rather give him Vigilance as a lucky skill rather than get this Vigilance tile over here. But I just assume that you give him Critical Strike 2 as a lucky skill just to increase the damage. But as you can see, we cannot exactly increase his damage by a lot. Even if he's 6-star EX, even if he's EX rolled, there's not a lot of damage. In fact, even if we have Flying Zone, if you have Anniversary Skyla, if you have super effective up next effect just in case, the sync move damage only goes up to 2 million. Weak. You do not use him as a sync nuker. You just want to use his sync move once. And that's about it for Proton. If I were to consider everyone, earlier I said Petrel was the weakest. Probably. But Petrel, can you again make the opponent flinch? He can make the opponent flinch. 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. Petrel is for me better than Proton. So Proton, I think, is the worst out of the bunch right now. But you know, can raise everyone's critical hit rate, can raise everyone's special defense stat, can make the opponent flinch. Depends on your playstyle. Proton could be better than Petrel, or Petrel can be better than Proton for you, but for me, Proton is the worst one out of the bunch so far. With all the usability and everything, Proton's not so good. And we move on, guys, to the last one. Ariana and Arbok. You do not want to meddle with Team Rocket with her around. She has 3 different moves. Acid can hit everyone. 10% chance of lowering the opponent's special defense, but with a passive skill on a roll 9. Every single time you attack the opponent with acid, every single opponent will have their special defense down -1, 100% of the time. You want to lower the opponent's defense stat, you use Screech. And remember, one thing is that her sync move is a physical attack. Not a special attack, a physical attack. So by lowering the opponent's special defense, you do nothing. You do not power up your sync move. You have to use Screech in order to power up her sync move. Poison Fang, 50% chance of leaving the opponent badly poisoned, which makes her pretty strong, very usable. Ariana's Coercion, her passive skill, every single time, or rather at the start of the battle, you get to lower the opponent's attack and special attack stat -2. Nice! Texing pair. Attack Trap 4, 50% chance of trapping all opponents when you use acid. When you use her other attacks, 50% chance of trapping one opponent. I'm not sure if this applies with Screech. I think this also applies with Screech. Just cannot imagine how Screech will trap an opponent. Sound trap. How does that happen? But 50% chance of trapping the opponent. Her trainer move, How Dare, raises your attack stat +4, maximizes your critical hit rate, gives you gradual healing. Nice! And your sync move, Punish the Meddler's Poison Impact. The lower the opponent's stats are, the stronger your sync move damage is gonna be. You can lower quite a lot of stats. You can lower attack and special attack stat -2 at the start of the battle. That's 4 stats immediately. Acid can lower every single opponent's special defense if you use this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's -10 stats. Screech can lower the opponent's defense -6. That's 16 in total right now. So I think the sync move, the power play multiplier, maxes out at -18 stats. So you have to find a way to lower the opponent's stats -2 additionally in order to maximize the damage of your sync move multiplier. But that is Ariana's basic kit. And now we look at her sync grid. 1 out of 5 Antitoxin Escape Artist, 2 out of 5 Catalytic Infliction, Discourage 1 to lower everyone's special attack stat at the start of the battle, in addition to Ariana's Coercion. Healing's Hand 4, this one is good. 50% chance of removing status conditions from all allied sync pairs after you use a move. As you might know, we have an extreme battle event right now, which poisons all allies. And this sync pair with Antitoxin cannot be poisoned, and by attacking, you can recover everyone from poison with Healing Hand 4. How Dare MP Refresh 2 can raise or can maximize your attack stat, can give you another gradual healing if it ends. How Dare Super Preparation 9 can give you a super effective up next effect. Terrify 1, start of the battle, lower the opponent's attack stat. So if you get this plus Discourage 1, your opponents will get the necessary -1 attack stat and -1, you know, the remaining 2 stat ranks you have to lower to maximize that sync move multiplier power play. 3 out of 5 Acid Move Gauge Refresh 9. Technically your acid will be free. Hostile Environment 1, 100% chance of badly poisoning the opponent. Interferencing 5, if the opponent's flinching, confused, trap, 50% stronger sync move damage. Again, you can trap the opponent with Attack Trap 4. Overwhelm 9, every single time you attack the opponent, you get to lower their attack stat. I'd rather get this than get Terrify 1. Relentless, the lower the opponent's defense is, the stronger your sync move is. You can use Screech for this one. Screech, Pokemon move on opponent defense down 9. Every single time you use Screech, the opponent's defense stat will be lowered -1. It's such a long passive skill. So Screech lowers the opponent's defense -2. By getting this, it lowers the opponent's defense -3 instead of -2. Why not Screech? Defense Crush 9. I don't know. It just wants to name it a very confusing, long name. Screech 2 for 9. Every single time you use Screech, free move next. Virulent Toxin 5 for the opponent's poison or badly poisoned. 50% stronger sync move damage. Plus 2 sync nuke tiles over here. This one is a tech sync pair. And by 6-star EXing her, you get 1.5 times stronger damage. So, this sync pair can give herself super effective up next effect. Can give her weak to poison. The opponent's weak to poison. If the opponent is poisoned, let's just check. The opponent's trapped. And we 6-star EX her. We calculate the damage. 12 million. 342,844. Wow. Pretty strong. 12 million. And one thing. Again, if we want, we can... Why did this reload? Let me just check. Go back. The opponent is poisoned again. Hiya. Badly poisoned, actually. The opponent's weak to poison. Super effective up next effect. And 6-star EX her. Calculate. Again, 12 million. Your attacks will not do much. Weak attacks, but your sync move gonna be very strong. Now, if you decide to pair her up with someone with Poison Zone, you calculate the damage, 18 million. That's even better. One thing that's very good about her is that her EX roll is actually, if we look back, her EX roll is Strike. And if you were listening earlier, I was mentioning that tech sync pairs combined with Strike EX roll or vice versa is actually the best out of the bunch. So by giving her the EX roll of Strike, that 18 million damage will hit every single opponent. Plus, it will even increase a What? Wait a minute. Again. What's missing? What's missing? Oh, wait. We remove Poison Zone. So, if we remove Poison Zone, the 12,342,844 damage will hit everyone. Plus, your raise stats, your extra stats, will raise that damage to 13,464,921. So, out of all these sync pairs, if you were to give someone an EX roll, you know, there are two sync pairs with a Strike EX roll right now. It's Giovanni, Field Strike, and Ariana, Tech Strike. If I were you, I'd rather give this to Ariana rather than Giovanni. We have a lot of ground type sync pairs. If you need ground types, you know, why not? But poison types, yes, we do have a lot. But this damage, this damage is just amazing. 13 million, imagine this hitting everyone. It's very, very strong. In fact, right now I want to compare her with some other poison types. Let's see. Filter. Let's filter this by poison. Poison. I want to see if her damage can compare to... Let's go for strikers first. Strike sync pairs. And I guess the strongest poison type sync striker right now is whatchamacallit is Emma. So with Virulent Toxin, with sync move, can we get what else? Super effective up next effect. We can ignore that and just give her the super effective up next anyway. Inertia, what else do you have as a multiplier? Attack plus 20, I guess that would be good. Toxic Power Venomous. Attack plus 5. Attack plus 5, can we get this? So something like this, if we get and compute that, give her a Lucky Skill Critical Strike 2. If the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. And we compute the damage. 6-star EX. Calculate the damage. 4,114,152. But again, this is a striker. And did we give the super effective up next effect? Yes, we did. This is a striker, and I guess it's better to compare sync nuke damage if it is a tech sync pair. So the strongest tech sync pairs we have for poison, Oleana or Fall Iris. Let's check Oleana right now. So this one is my multipliers from my last computation when I kind of use Oleana. Badly poisoned, the opponent is Thing over here, 6-star EX, compute the damage. 10,614,000. This one has power play. Even Ariana is stronger than Oleana. Ariana is stronger than Oleana. But what about Fall Iris? Fall Iris, just in case we get everything crazy. And I think she can also give herself super effective up next effect. She can give herself Poison Zone. We 6-star EX her. Calculate the damage. 10,544,000. Ariana is the strongest poison type nuker we have in the game right now. And if you give her EX roll, she just hits every single opponent with that strong nuke damage. Pair her up with Fall Iris, get that Poison Zone. Her damage gets way stronger, and that is why Ariana is the best sync pair. In this update, if you were to find anyone to scout for, probably Giovanni and Ariana are the two sync pairs that you're looking for in this update. If you're looking for strong poison types, you know, Koga is gonna get a 6-star EX form by September 25. You can, by all means, but he's a tech sync pair, only hits one opponent. She's a tech, but you can save, just in case, guys, just in case you did a paid route for Champion Blue, and you decided to save your strike move, strike roll cake, and not use it on him. You can use it on Ariana and get that super strong AoE sync nuke damage. And guys, those are the 4 sync pair, or 5 sync pairs that we have in this banner. Again, no idea what their scouting rates are. It might be as horrible as less than 1%. It might be 1%. Hopefully it's bigger than 1%, but bigger than 1.5% is very unlikely. I'm just hoping it's 1.5%, just like the Evolutions banner. But fingers crossed. If you're scouting on this banner, be wary of the things that I said at the start of this video. And be wary that there are 5 sync pairs. And you might be able to get 1, 2 of them and not get the rest. If you're a collector, I wish you the best of luck. If you're a whaler who gets everyone at 5 copies and you do not have any candies left, I am scared for you. And I wish you the best of luck. But with that said, guys, go scout here for your faves instead of the meta. If one of them is your fave here, well, pray that you get the correct featured unit, because there are 5 different featured units here. But who am I to judge you? Because I'm going for the tiered scout anyway. And I hope I get all 5 in the first run. And I'm just using candies. I'm scared. I'm really scared of this banner. This banner scares me. And after this banner, chill. Done with this month. Yes, Palmer and Argenta are still coming, but their banners are way safer than this extremely sus banner. I hope DNA does not do this again. Seriously. And with that said, guys, again, timeline of the month. Good luck if you're scouting for anyone. There are good reruns coming. Classic Alessa is the best. One of the best, if not the best. Probably not the best now. But one of the best debuffers. And now with her 5 out of 5 kit, she gets even stronger. And a lot of other reruns. So good luck if you're scouting for any of these new sync pairs. With that said, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. This has been my longest analysis video out of every single video that I did, because there are 5 different sync pairs and it's just have to discuss each one, and now I'm tired. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, and let me know if you're scouting for any of these. 1 of these sync pairs, 2 of these sync pairs. Who among these? With that said, guys, that's it. By the way, personal favorite out of all these Team Rocket admins, not by their kit, by their whatchamacallit, by their appearance, by their personality, I guess Petrol is my number 1, followed by Archer, followed by Ariana, followed by Proton. I don't like Proton that much, I'm sorry. That's my ranking. And of course, Giovanni takes the lead for everything. With that said, guys, huge shout out once again to all the gifters of my channel. Thank you for your generosity, and I hope more of you will come soon. And thank you to all the members of my channel for your continued support. Really appreciate it. Shadowphil, 2 years Master Ball, 1 year member Ultra Ball Marokman, Great Ball tier member Yuki, Pokeball tier members 2 years for Alcin, Roy, Luca, and Jeremy, 1 year for Iwis and Tatsuya Gold. And thank you Apsaras, Kundan, and Pokefriendo for your continued support. Really appreciate it. That said, this video has gone long enough, and I'm gonna stop here. This is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, your artist Team Skull Grunt. I will see you in the next video. Rawr.